From sunflowers to sunsets, the bold beauty of autumn abounds. And in these glimpses of God's artistry, we have abundant inspiration for color and design. In today's video, we're going to make several beautiful fall projects. The first one is inspired by the pumpkin. I'm going to make another pumpkin topiary, but this time I'm going to use shades of pinks and dried flowers. These topiaries are ones I've made on previous videos on my channel, and all of the supplies are from Dollar Tree. Now we're going back to Dollar Tree to choose some more of the carvable foam pumpkins. For our next topiary, we're going to pick some of the white ones. They have them in a variety of colors. Also, they have these lovely velvet pumpkins. I've chosen the rich jewel-toned blue for a previous project, but for today's project, we're going to pick out the lovely one that's in the muted shade of pink. The first step is to remove the stem. It's very easy just using a pointed kitchen knife. They're carvable pumpkins, so the stem comes out with ease. Once you have the stem removed, then just smooth it out and take off the sticker on the bottom of the pumpkin. The next step is to paint the pumpkin with some Waverly or other white chalk paint. Apply some Mod Podge to the spots where you want your dried flowers to be adhered. You can see I'm just using a paintbrush and putting a nice thin layer of the Mod Podge onto that dried surface of the painted pumpkin. Adding the flowers in the pattern that you like will decorate it in a pretty way and be one of the pumpkins that we're going to have in our topiary. Here I'm adding some Mod Podge to add a sprig of fern. You can dry your own flowers, or you can easily purchase them from Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Amazon. I got this package from Temu. Now I'm just adding some Mod Podge to the top of the fern, as you can see, and that way it will be nicely sealed on the pumpkin. Just continue to add the dried flowers in any pattern that appeals to you. You really can't go wrong. I think it's pretty to overlap some of the flowers, and I'm doing that as I apply this second sprig of fern. Now, to decorate the bottom pumpkin for our topiary, I took the idea from a heart I had made at Valentine's Day, and I thought it would be pretty to wrap the pumpkin in the pink yarn. So I had some yarn in my stash, and I'm just winding it around the pumpkin in random patterns. Don't worry about any kind of specific order. You just move it in random patterns, allowing the yarn to fall between those ribs, and it will hold itself down just by virtue of the fact that the layers overlap. The more you move the yarn and let it wander, the more visual interest you'll create. Each movement should cover another portion of the white styrofoam. And as you finish it, you will see a very decorative, interesting pattern of yarn that moves across that pumpkin. I find beautiful yarn at Michael's, at Hobby Lobby, and at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has some wonderful Just Chenille yarn that would also work really well. I've decorated a lot of Easter eggs and hearts with the Just Chenille from Dollar Tree, but for this project, I needed a shade of pink that would look pretty with the velvet pumpkin. So I happen to have this one in my stash. Now that all the pumpkins are complete, we can assemble our topiary. You see I've added a jewel from Totally Dazzled to the top, and on top of that, I'm going to place a pretty little flower. You can use hot glue to attach your 3 pumpkins, and now I'll show you how I displayed them. I think this turned out so beautifully. It's a charming touch of fall whimsy, and I think you could use any color combination that appeals to you and complements your own color palette. When I saw those pink apples and the pink roses still blooming in the fields, I decided that the pink would be a really pretty, fresh take on the fall colors. So I did use the pink yarns and some of the pink wildflowers, and I complemented the grouping with this little frame that says "You are a wildflower." I decorated this 99-cent frame that I purchased at Michael's using a Dollar Tree adhesive sheet. Then I embellished the little candle you see with a little Dollar Tree daisy. I also used some of those Dollar Tree daisies and green leaves at the top of the pumpkin stem. Our next DIY is beyond easy. I found these cute acorns at the Dollar Tree, but I wasn't too fond of the brassy color, so I decided to mute it a bit using the Krylon metallic gold spray paint. I have used that color in a lot of projects, and it really does give a more upscale look to anything that you use it on. I've done candlesticks with it, as well as this cylindrical vase that I bought at Dollar Tree. That's demonstrated on a previous video, and it does work very well to give a more elegant look. Here I've added that little acorn along with a Dollar Tree pumpkin to finish off the grouping on my dining table. I think it adds a lovely exclamation point to the center of the table. Now here's a sneak peek of our next project. There will be a continuation on my next upcoming video, but for now I'm showing you that I'm using a silicone mold. These are sold in the bakery sections of Michael's. You can get them on Amazon as well as a lot of other places. But what I'm doing, I found one that had fall shapes, and after filling them just about 1/3 of an inch up, I'm now letting them dry for about an hour or so. Once they've dried, you'll see the color becomes opaque. They're easy to remove out of those silicone molds, and it's really fun to see the detail on them. If you get some of that extra hot glue, you just simply trim it off and you're left with a nice clean shape. They're wonderful little shapes that I'm going to use to decorate our next project that I'll feature on an upcoming video, hopefully in the next couple days. I hope you've enjoyed this video. My name is Lisa. For those of you who are new, a special welcome. And for those of you returning friends and subscribers, I appreciate it. Take care. I hope you have a blessed day.